Here we are. Hello. All right, matey. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all right. Just doing a brief video, having a chat with people. It's the end of Jan, nearly, and it's been a long old month, isn't it? One thing on the other, and it's going to be all right. We're going to be fine. Anyone doing dry January? I talked about this before. Well done if you've managed it. Well done. Because all the bills have turned up from Christmas, haven't they? All them bills that we went, fuck it, I'll worry about that. I'll worry about that next time. I'll worry about it in January. And then January rolls around and you're like, oh, yeah, right, okay. I better sort them out. That's where I'm at the minute. Big stack of bills. Oh, God. Anyway, you know what? Christmas was fun. It doesn't matter, does it? Hey? You can't take it with you, but it'd be nice to have a bit of it here when we're here. That's the thing, isn't it? Anyway. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're well. Says Kitten, everyone. Hello, everybody. Karaoke Jackie, everyone's tuning in. Good to see you. You lot all right? Are you well? Yeah? It's going to be all right. I think we've only got... So it's the middle of winter now. It's near, we're getting to the end of winter now. So the nights are going to start getting lighter. Mornings are going to be lighter. It's going to be fine. And before you know it, I mean, it's shit now. It's cold. It's wet. But it's only going to be a few weeks and then it's going to be spring. I love spring. I don't know why I did that there. Spring. I love spring. Spring's my favourite. Spring is my favourite season. I said this before because it just feels so full of possibility, doesn't it? It's like a new thing and, like, happy birthday, David. Happy birthday, David. Happy birthday to you, mate. Sorry, in the comments there, sorry. It's my birthday on Sunday. I'll be 51. 51! Can you believe that? I'm going to be 51, says Kitten. Do you remember when I was 32? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm going to be 51. And you know what? I've said this as well before. I don't realise what I look like until I see my reflection. Which I know, of course that makes sense. You don't know what you look like till you see yourself. But I don't realise. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I look like, I don't know. I might turn into Rolf Harris. I don't want to look like Rolf Harris. No one wants to look like Rolf Harris. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. What we got here? Hi, Rich. I run a mental health wellbeing group using comedy in New Haven and with Nick Coppin. If you're ever about, we can chat. Yeah, I'm up for that, Paula. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a chat. I'm always up for a chat. That's how we get through these dark times, talking to each other, you know? Nice one. Thanks, Bambo. That's very nice. Handsome 51. Yeah, I am. Don't know about that. Look at me, Rolf Harris, mate. Yeah, don't worry about it. Things are going to be all right. They're going to be better. All right. It's cold and it's wet and it's shit. Don't worry about all that. Just stay indoors if you can. Watch some shit telly. I watched that White Lotus. You know, nothing brings more joy than watching a man sniff ketamine out of another man's bumhole. You know, top television that. I enjoyed it. I had a lovely time watching that. I got to be honest, I was like, what the fuck? Do you remember when we were younger and the world was brought to a standstill because there was a kiss between two women on Brookside? And now, fast forward, I don't know what we are, 30 years, 25 years, we've got people sniffing ketamine out of people's arseholes. I love it. Well done. Do your ketamine do your ketamine wherever you want to do it. It's up to you. But do you know what? I wouldn't actually do ketamine. It's not a good one. Have a cup of tea and a biscuit. You know what I had the other day? I had a brilliant cheese toastie. It was one of them that I just nailed it. And the cup of tea I had with it was just right. And that gave me so much joy. But on a par with like stuff I've done in the past. You know, all the naughty business I've been up to. You know, that didn't agree with me either. That just turned me into a total wanker. So I'm glad I'm not doing any of that anymore. Yeah, that's a story for another time. Just be kind to yourself is my point. Like those bits there where you find yourself with the best cheese sandwich, the best cup of tea, which I know. If I'd have heard myself talking 20 odd years ago like this, I would be livid. I would have been, oh my God, why don't you get yourself a bag of doilies, mate, and sit yourself down, you old prick. But I'm having joy. I'm finding joy in those little things, you know, and that's what you got to do. We're always looking at the bigger thing. We're like, I'll be happy when I get a decent car. I'll be happy when I've got an infinity pool, or I'll be happy when that happens. Like, no, you've got to lower your expectations and go, right, that's a fucking great sandwich. Just things like that, just little bits like that. Go, oh, brilliant, I can afford to go to the cinema. All right, I couldn't afford to go and do whatever, just for a brief moment in time. You're not going to live in a castle. You're not going to, you know. Yeah, you did. Says Kit. We knew each other years ago, and she's fucking hell. She saw the worst of me. Let me tell you. I can only apologise, says Kitten. Now look at me. I'm talking about cheese sandwiches and cups of tea. Anyway, that's where you got to find the best bits of. That's where you'll find little bits of joy. Don't look at the bigger stuff. You know, try and focus on the little things. You know. I'm glad you found your happy place. Good to see you smiling, mate. Thanks, Carla. We need to have a conversation. I forgot to do that. My fucking brain. Have you got the brain fog as well? I've said this before. I know I have. I'm going to the doctors about it because it's getting silly. I'm forgetting people's names. I did it again the other day. I forgot someone's name when I was introducing them. Go to the doctors. Don't be thinking that you're a burden or you can't get an appointment. Try and make an appointment. If you need to go and get yourself looked at. I've got to go and have the big one because I'm 51, so I've got to go and have the big chat. I don't think they do the fingers at the bum anymore. I hope not. I don't fancy that. That's not the way, is it? Try and find joys.
They do if you ask them to.
They do if you ask them to. Yeah. Producer Paul said. Is that why you're banned from the doctors? You had it last week. You don't need it every week. Nothing wrong with a cheese sandwich. Exactly, Daryl. Nothing wrong with a cheese sandwich. Exactly, man's MOT. Exactly. So I do remember years ago. I was just about to turn 40, and Dr. Ratnerswarren, bless her, in Greenwich where I was living, and she said, right, you're going to need to have your MOT because you're getting a bit old now. And I was like, all right. And I went, does that mean the finger? And she went, no. Do you want me to? I was like, no, I don't. Listen, whoever wants that, I'm not knocking. I'm not here to shame anyone. You do you. I've got my own weird, kinky sex things. But you know, you want to put things up your arse, it's up to you. Where is this going? This is not a therapy session. This is just me chatting shit. My point is, it's hard. Find some joy in the little things. You know, like buying a record or listening to some music or buying that pair of shoes that you saw and go, fuck it, I'm just going to buy them. Do those little things, you know, and that's where the happiness is, not these big things, you know. You can't change the shit that's going on in the news. All you can do is be kind to each other around the place, you know, be kind. Learn from your mistakes. Like I said earlier, I was a fucking dickhead in the past, but I realised I was hurting people and I changed it, you know, and I'm still not perfect. I'm still a bit of an arsehole now and again, but aren't we all? We can all be arseholes. We can all be heroes, you know, and I think it's owning that bullshit side of you and trying to harness it and trying to, you know, be less of a dick. And that's the thing, you know, have your cheese sandwich and stop being a dick to people. that's it. I put it on a t-shirt. But listen, it's nearly the end of Jan. We're into Feb, getting into Feb next week. So don't worry, all right? Brighter days are coming. It's all going to be fine. You're going to be fine, all right? It's when it's shit. The opposite is always going to be better. It's always going to be better. It's like fashion. Whatever's fashionable now won't be fashionable in a little while, you know? And whatever's not fashionable now will be fashionable. It's just these things go in cycles, and that's the same with shit things. You're going to be fine. It's shit now. It's going to be better. And then it'll be shit again. But then it'll be better. And then it'll be shit again. And then it'll be better. And then one day, you won't even have to worry about it. You either lose your marbles or you won't be here anymore. So enjoy these times. Have a cheese sandwich, have a cheese toastie, and a bag of salt and vinegar crisps. Mate, honestly, bag of Discos or Square crisps, have them. Change your life with a cheese sandwich, honestly. What's happening in Bamber Office? I'm suffering with serious procrastination issues at the moment. Deadline's looming, and I can't get my head in gear. How do you deal with motivation? Go for a walk. Go for a walk. There is a lot of arse talk, Caroline Bowe. You're right, I've moved on now. Go for a walk. If you're feeling like you can't focus on the thing you need to focus on, go for a walk. I've just done my tax stuff and I put it off. I should have done it months ago, but I left it till, I think it was like Monday, because I just couldn't focus on it, right? So going out, how do we go from a cheese sandwich? I don't know how my brain works. Salt and vinegar squares in a ham sandwich. All right, mate. Yeah, that sounds nice. If you're this procrastination thing, go for a walk. Just have a wander around, put some music on, go and have a wander around and make a plan. Just go, right, when I've done this walk, I'm going back and I'm going to do that thing I need to do. I'm going to make that phone call. I am going to go through those receipts. I'm going to write that letter. I'm going to do that email. I'm going to do it. But first, I'm going to have a walk around the park. I'll walk around the thing. Or I'm going to go up the shops. I'm going to go and get myself a bag of salt and vinegar discos to have with my cheese toastie. And when I get back, I'm going to have my cheese toastie. I'm going to have my cup of tea. And then I'm going to sit down and do that thing. You have to just go, I'm going to do that thing. Just do it. Honestly, I did that. I put it off for ages. And once I started doing it on Monday, bang, 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 got through it. And it's all in with the accountant and it's all done. And I realised I spend way too much money in Pret-a-Manger. Fucking hell. I wonder why I'm so fucking fat. I spend too much money on sandwiches. But now I'm talking about sandwiches. You don't have to have all the sandwiches. Just have one of them. Just have one. No, mate, it was by me to have some cheese and spaghetti shapes on toast. There you go, holes. Little things. Listen, it's drizzling, but why not go for a walk in the drizzle? Put your hat on, you know? I like walking in the rain, you know? Getting wet, yeah, it's a bit shit when it's cold, but go and have a wander around. Go and have a wander around in the drizzle. Don't let anything stop you. Put your hat on, have a wander around, put your music on, pretend you're in a film. That's the thing. You can pretend like you're in a movie, just wandering around in the rain, you know? That's great. If you don't do that once in your life, there's something wrong with you. Everyone at some point has a wander around, you know, thinking that they're in a movie. We all do it. When you step off when I step off a train, I've got my headphones in. I always pick a really banging tune, like would be in a film, to like step off the train to. Makes me feel fucking great. It was Nudge It by Sleaford Mods for ages. That was the one. If you ever see me out and about and you see I've got a bit of a swagger on, I've probably got that song on. So, yeah. So that's what's happening. You've got to do that. So I love food. It's all I eat. Well, almost. All right, Captain Beard. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't have to have all the sandwiches, just have some of them, all right? But just be kind to yourself, all right? And don't think for 1 minute that everybody else has got it sussed, because they haven't. Everyone's blagging it. Everyone's trying to make the best they can out of the shit that we've got. So just small little goals, you know? Yeah, you're procrastinating now. Go and have a walk, or go and do something like, just go up the shop, get yourself some bread, and come back, sit down, and get on with your shit. Honestly, once you make that phone call, once you send that email, once you start what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be surprised how quickly it will get done. All right? Go and fucking do it. All right, listen, this has been amazing. Exactly, pretending this to be Richard Ashcroft in Bittersweet Symphony. Yes, the amount of times I've done that actually on Roman Road. What a prick. I have wandered down Roman Road where that video was filmed with my headphones in, Bittersweet Symphony. But I didn't barge into any old ladies because I'm not a total prick. Go out in the rain and say it's raining. I hadn't noticed. There you go. Go out in the rain. Go and get wet. Come back. Get on with your shit. There you go. Eshaan Akbar. Love you, man. You were fucking brilliant last night, brother. You were absolutely first class. I very much enjoyed watching you. Anyone watching this, go and check out Eshaan. He's fucking amazing. Right. This has been amazing. Have a cheese sandwich, or if you're lactose intolerant, have a jam sandwich, or if you've got diabetes, I don't know. Have a glass of water with a bit of lemon in it. I don't really know. Do the thing that makes you happy. Find those little moments rather than bigger things like infinity pools and spaceships and helicopters and whatever else. All right? I love you all. Look after yourselves. We'll do this again next week. All right? Laters.